No clue why we took the long way round. Would have been quicker to go through the woods.
Oh, but it'd be more dangerous that way, son.
Bah, blather.
There, packed.
Oh, good
Much
man.
obliged. Very kind of you.
Nights, young. What say you we play some cards?
I would hope so. This is the card game special.
And hear another story.
No, not tonight.
Why not? With the fire, pipes, Gwent, we've got to have a tale. It's tradition now.
Ah, fine. So be it. Here's a story Geralt told me only after much prodding. It happened in these very woods, not far from Aldersburg.
Ooh, golly, we've got ourselves a tale in a
The Witcher
forest.
was traversing the wood with his ever-loyal, occasionally blundering, companion in many adventures, the bard Dandelion.
Hell yes.
Road-weary, the two decided to pitch camp and brew up a soup.
Lovely.
Geralt collected water for the kettle, while Dandelion wandered off in search of milk caps, chanterelles, and porcinis, without which their thin
And
brew
let me
promised
guess,
to offer very little
Dandelion
flavour.
got himself into a
Suddenly,
world of trouble.
the troubadour heard a low, drawn-out rumble.
Yeah.
For an instant, he
Damn
thought his
straight he
empty
did.
belly was to blame. Yet the mysterious groan was quickly supplanted by a terrifying, piercing shriek. Dandelion's nerves were ruffled, to be sure.
To be sure,
Yet
to be
his
sure.
curiosity was piqued even more. So he set
Really,
off in
Dan?
the sound's
Really?
direction.
Yeah.
A decision he would soon come
Yeah,
to
I
regret.
can't believe it, mate. I can't believe it. Oh, hello. Well, that was, I must admit, that was an unexpected little bonus cutscene intro. It looks like we're doing a tutorial in this one because it's been released since I last played it. So I have... Okay. This is going to be a trend throughout this entire special. I have literally no fucking clue what I'm doing. So let's have a go, I suppose. But let's introduce it properly this time. This is Gwent, the card game from the Witcher game. If you have played The Witcher 3, I believe was the first place it appeared, they had a little side game called Gwent. And you would just randomly play it against people in taverns, and you'd be able to collect all the most powerful cards in it. And I gotta say, I didn't particularly enjoy it. No, it was quite fun, but it was moderately difficult to win against certain opponents, which made it really unfun. As specified, I don't like losing things. Does anybody actually like losing? Tolerate it? Yes. Like it? Unlikely. Anyway, let's have a go. This is the tutorial. You want me to hit the sword icon? Oh, press and hold. I do apologise. I didn't read you properly. You told me exactly what I needed to do, and I ignored you. And I apologise, game. I will try and read you properly from... Oh, my God, look at the animated cards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for getting quite so excited, but that is new. That is new for this. And that is incredible. Oh, I'm loving that. Look at it. Oh. Staring in it. I'm disappointed by that third one. That one annoys me. That one genuinely I want that out of my life. But that one's awesome because it's got a little bit of motion. That one is incredible. That central one. Oh, that is incredible. I like that. I like that as a thing. I see. One of the things this will probably make me unpopular, but one of the things that bugs me a lot, and this happened back when I was playing the Eye of Judgment. Now that was, if you've ever played the Eye of Judgment, I'll try and make this fairly brief so we don't hang on this screen too long. But the Eye of Judgment was I think it was considered AR, altered reality, possibly that's what I'm thinking, an AR game for the PlayStation 2, I believe. So you'd set up the camera, and then you'd use the actual cards, and the camera would read the cards. It was bloody awkward, because the camera wasn't great. But nonetheless, it wasn't too bad. No, it wasn't PlayStation 2, it was PlayStation 3. I do apologise, I'm moderately certain it was PlayStation 3. Yeah. 90% certain it was PlayStation 3. But you would then place the cards, and then they would appear on the screen, and you get the massive animations of, I am a dwarf flying on a, I'm essentially the Green Goblin, but actually a dwarf. because it was the similar sort of Green Goblin glider style thing, if memory serves me, for that card at least. And
amidst the trees,
you're talking. I thought I could get away with. I thought I could get away with doings and explainings, but now he's talking.
Ah! Help! Save us! I beg you!
Oh, give it a damn good go.
Find myself.
Because you wander off by yourself. That's why you always find yourself.
Dandelion pivoted on the spot. Then,
oh, look at that cool card. Oh, sweet that. Oh, he's no longer annoying me. He's moving.
Use that Witcher hearing of yours, damn it!
Oh, power. Right. Eye of Judgment. And it really bugged the fuck out of me when these people insisted on turning the animations off when playing online. It's like, what is the point of having it on the big or little screen? It doesn't matter which. The big or little screen. What? Why can't you just find a person to play the card game with in real life if you're not going to watch the animations, which makes it the point of having it on a virtual system? That's why it pleases me that there's animations here, although they do go off reasonably swiftly, it seems.
They'll devour us! Eat us alive!
But it seems only when possibly the tutorials are active.
No, stop! You'll never escape them. They're too fast.
And just who the ruddy hell are you?
Beautiful.
Some bloody expert on monsters?
I've learned a thing.
I was going to say, I would hope so.
Secondhand.
He's hanging around Geralt
Let
now.
on that we're afraid. Come on, everyone! Forward! Attack!
Right, so we do have. It's quite an interesting way of doing it. The sort of this idea of storytelling and the cards reflecting the story. It's fascinating. This is very nice. This is way more advanced than I remember playing this game. I can't remember, and you probably remember more so than I, but I feel like I might have played this before, possibly on a live stream, possibly as a recorded thing, I'm not sure. But this is way more advanced than I ever played it. So I don't know how much the rules of Gwent have changed either. So players alternate turns playing cards until they've played all cards from their hand. Okay, that's not too bad. You can view cards in your hand before deciding which one to place on the battlefield. That's probably handy. So yeah, we've still got... Oh, that's interesting. Now either it's just because they're not doing it for the tutorial, or they've gotten rid of it entirely. But what traditionally in Gwent, what you would have is here's your melee range row. So all melee units would be on that row. And here's your ranged row. But previously, they used to have a siege row as well. So that's intriguing. So you want me to play any card. That's not a huge problem. I'm assuming he's a ranged guy, since he does have a bow. He's got a sword, so you would think he's... But there's no obvious sign bar the fact that he does have a bow. There's no obvious signage to state that he is definitively ranged. As I say, I do realise he does have a bow. But we'll place it. Oh, hang on. How do I do this? Ah, I see. Oh, I can play him on the front line or the rear line.
I'm coming!
Interesting.
And ye, Master Bard?
Holding my position for now. Someone should stand back, observe the battle as it unfolds, devise tactics, a strategy.
And you're very good at standing back. Some cards have active abilities which you can activate manually during your turn. At the moment you do not have such cards. So all you can do after playing a card is end your turn, okay? I end my turn like so. Oh wow, a Necker's come out. Blimey. What was the other one? Was that just a ghoul? A ghoul and a Necker? That's not great news. We probably... I bet Geralt is going to turn up eventually, and his card is just going to be the best. I mean, I know from previously he is like a fairly substantial high-end card with a gold border. So it'll be interesting to see him in animated form as well. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I'm fucking pumped. The Witcher is also coming to Monster Hunter. That pumps me up as well. Does it? Oh, I hate to know what happens when you start going down again. Wins the round. In the event of a tie, both players receive a victory point. Yes, that's fundamentally what I'm aware of in the rules of thingy-bib. Move this card from the graveyard to your deck. Oh, interesting. And the Caravan Guide. So, again, I can play them on either side, which is intriguing. I don't know if that's just the thing for those cards, or whether that's a general rule nowadays. But I'm fairly certain they had defined positions. They couldn't just go wherever they liked. If the player doesn't wish to continue playing in the current round, they can pass their turn. Your opponents just pass their turn. Well, that's because he only really had 2 cards, I suppose. Oh, then again.
Ha! One look at us and it hides, tail between its legs. This beast has some sense.
Play your last card to win this round. Oh, yes, because you do. Again, I don't know how much it's changed.
Just had to have mushrooms.
Yeah, apparently you did. But then again, hot water a meal doth not make. So I don't necessarily blame you for going after mushrooms. But yes, we're going to win this, but we've run out of cards, and there's still a lot of cards on the enemy team, it would seem. And that was all. Oh, I need to hold it.
We got them outnumbered. We can do this. Slash, strike, kill.
You're playing the short game, Dandy. You're playing the short game. If memory serves me, you have to be careful, because you've got to play the long game and the short game. I found, and they may have rebalanced it all, but I found often it was better to just straight up go, okay, I'm going to push you as far as I can, but I'm going to lose the first round so that I can then come back strong in the second and third round because you've used more cards than me. It was as I say, it was a very good game, very enjoyable.
So, with some remarkable aid from Dandelion, the hapless travellers escape with their lives.
Are you Dandelion? You might be Dandelion, I'm not sure.
Unexpected as it was fleeting.
Oh no, that's interesting. That's the same card, but higher
That frightened beast.
higher attack rating.
And it's not alone.
Oh. Destroyed cards and cards left on the battlefield at the end of a round are moved to the graveyard. But of course Dandelion bend these rules. Yes, Dandelion was one of the ones who bent the rule. So I suppose it's going to want me to play any cards, so we'll play my Bowman.
I'll lead the way.
I'm playing my Bowman on the front line. I'm going to lose, aren't I? You're going to... A very clever game, very clever. You're going to force me into losing, because they've got a lot more cards, which means I suspect they're going to cap out a much higher rating. But I suspect the 2 cards that are going to be... Oh, end my turn, yes please. I suspect one of those 2 cards that are coming up in the third round, that's going to be Geralt. It's straight up going to be Geralt. We'll stick him on the back line.
Right! Coming! On my way!
Oh, he's a gold bannered as well. But that's, I suppose, because he is 2 points of win every single round because he comes back from the graveyard.
We can manage with odds like that.
He's now using the card advantage they gained from passing in the previous round. What? I don't know what that means, but it probably ain't good. Oh, a foglet. The fog on the tine is all mine, the fog on the tine is all mine. Dandy, don't be quite so much of a dandy, I suppose. Your opponent won the round because they conserved cards in the previous round by not playing them. Sometimes it is worth losing a round in order to gain an advantage in the next one. I said that! Did I say that?
Resigned to his fate, Dandelion
smart.
slumped to his knees to await the final.
Oh, hold on, mate, hold on. We know I already predicted one of the final cards will be the one, the only, Geralt of Rivia, who is 13 points. Good lord.
And bellowed,
Geralt, finally! You even realize how long it kept me waiting?
Nowhere near as long as I've waited to hear you say thank you. Saved your skin how many times now? What would you say?
Alright, Geralt in the house.
Sheathe that blade before you hurt yourself.
I beg your pardon? Before you deigned to show up, I actually killed one of these beasts myself.
Mm-hmm. No witnesses, I take it?
Okay. Yeah. Just straight. Geralt of Rivia in the house!
You strike from the left. You from the right. While I'm still needed here.
I wonder if... I really want to see what would have happened had I used...
Oh, another one! Help! Somebody help me!
Chill out, Dandelion. Oh, that's a strong card. Still not as strong as Geralt of Rivia, but nonetheless a strong card.
Die, you scoundrel! You rogue!
Should have played Dandelion first. I think that might have proved a slightly more entertaining line. Unless, of course, they demanded I use Geralt, and I just naturally, automatically did so. But I think their track record suggests they were doing any card, any card. But I feel like the dialogue may have changed had I played Dandelion first. Just sent him out. Sacrificial lamb. Bye. Victory! In a tutorial, admittedly, but nonetheless victory. And that's... Oh, some of the graphical updates in this are phenomenal.